Welcome everyone to a chilling match between its current year as Kislev going up against Tzeentch and ODM Zone. Now we are going to be playing on Battle for Itza, which is considered one of the best and most competitive multiplayer maps. Now we are going to be having Karyos Fateweaver in the sky. He's going to bring in the Greater Arcane Conduit, Life Leeching, with the spells of the Blue Fire of Tzeentch, Harmonic Convergent, Penumbral Pendulum, and then also the Gaze of Fate, which is a really nice net ability for 14 seconds, which can also imbue negative 14 melee attack. So for the force here of Zone, we are going to have 2 units of the Forsaken, backed up here by the Spawn of Tzeentch, so really bringing that nice armor sundering on top of that mass weapon strength. Blue Horrors here in the front, double pinks on either flank, and then the double exalted in the middle. Doing all the backflips here in the middle. I love these guys, they're so goddamn fun. But they're also going to be bringing the Arcane Mirth, which is going to bring more magic here to the battlefield, and therefore more abilities here from the faction of Tzeentch. So we're going to go over with its current year, and if you don't know this legend, he's a fantastic YouTuber here, so do go check him out. I'll try and leave a link down below, but if I don't, its current year, and you are watching, do feel free to leave it down in the comments, and I'll try and pin it for you. Now we are going to have Armored Corsairs in the front. Of course, they're going to be bringing these Silver Shields, really good as well. They do have pistols in the back pocket, very good at disrupting all of the forces here of Tzeentch. Zargard, which are going to be the elite infantry here for Kislev. They're going to be having 90 armor, Silver Shields as well, and 50 melee defense. They're really tanky here on the point. Corsairs, or at least mass Corsairs, we are going to have 2 in the back here. Very good up against Tzeentch. Really good at just reducing all those shields and allowing permanent damage to go through. Now in the middle, we are going to have the most elite of the elite with the Half Blades. So the Zargards with great weapons bring in fire resistance, which is really good up against all their mass range, as well as the Song of Winter Sunlight. In the back, we are going to have the double elite cavalry here of the Griffin Legion. These bad boys have 110 armor, bronze shield, 72 charge bonus, and relatively good speed, 75 there, considering their armor class is rather fast. In the middle, we are going to have the Lord Choice of Cold Stoughton. Now, he's going to be in the middle, and he's going to be bringing quite a few items. So the Blaze of Devotion, really good with imbuing those flaming attacks, as well here as the Urson's Ward. The triple ability of the Battle Hymn, the Lullaby, and then also the Song of Winter Sunlight, very good for long games. Now we're going to be both coming forward here in towards the middle. We see 2.5 minutes on the hill, and we do actually have a good structured front line coming from ODM Zone. 2 very, very good players. Of course, XMT here for its current year, ODM for Zone, so expect some very, very good gameplay. Now we are going to see Blue Fires, and this is excellent micro control here coming from its current year. You can see the splits and rotation of the force there. As you rotate, it splits down the middle and causes a bit of a hole, and you can see the blue flame just went straight through the middle, almost doing no damage here up against the Zargard. Really good macro and micro coming here from its current year. We are going to be getting down the flank, so nice ability and use and knowledge of the game coming from Zone. So they're going to be fluttering around, trying to see if we can get some sort of good cheap damage, and if we do get that blue flame down the line, it will go through multi-models, so it'll do quite a bit of damage. We're going to be fluttering around here. We've got to be careful of this. We do see Armored Corsairs coming across. Some ammunition has been expended here. You can see the shield going down from Fateweaver, and he doesn't have any healing today. So you can see any permanent damage coming through will also affect his long-term shield. Now we can see shots going down the line. Are we going to miss this one? No, that's some fantastic damage there. Brilliant stuff from ODM Zone, doing some good work up against the Zargard. I'd be a little bit annoyed there if it was me. It's such a shame because he dodged the first one so well, and I know that he's such a great player, so the fact he missed that was really unfortunate. But you can see down to half health already just from 2 spells here from Fateweaver on the side. Is really, really good work there, and that's going to be making that quite difficult in the middle. That's going to give a big advantage here coming forward from Tzeentch. Now we're going to be firing in the front here with the Corsairs. They're going to be shooting up against the Spawn. If we do get rid of those shields, they're only going to be having 10 armor. So Corsairs a really, really good way here of reducing shields and taking down all those cheap, cheerful units. Now we do see Armored Corsairs. Corsairs coming in the back here, so it's going to be mass summon of range coming from its current year. Do quite like this. And then Zone is going to be summoning more of these Spawn of Tzeentch. So we're going to have 1 here on each of the Forsaken, so we can sunder that armor and then rip them to shreds here with the Forsaken. Forsaken going to be charging here in the front up against the Corsairs, and you know they've only got 15 armor. We are going to see a counter charge, but Pink Flame coming through the lines here of the Griffin Legion. 110 armor for them. We do see armor sunder on top as well, thanks to the Spawn of Tzeentch. And they're going to be fighting quite nicely here. So it's going to be a Harmonic Convergence. Yes, it is going to be a Harmonic Convergence on top of the Spawn of Tzeentch, giving them up to 54 melee attack, 62 melee defense as they fight up against the Griffin Legion. The Big Bird is going to be in it as well. And where's the big boy? So Cold Stoughton's going to be in the back. Wouldn't mind seeing him getting involved. Fateweaver is not an amazing melee combatant. He pretty much single-handedly relies on that weapon strength. And we do see in the middle, the Zargard are going to be fighting here up against these spawn of Tzeentch, but they're going to be getting shot. We do actually see lots of blue and pink fire over the top here, going to be deleting a lot of these units. Yes, you do have 90 armor, and yes, you do have the silver shields, but nonetheless, mass fire will eventually take you down. We do see here the Kossars getting deleted. It's going to be Kossars range on range here, and it's been a rather interesting one so far. We do see here in the back the Exalted Pinks getting charged down by Kislev, but we do actually have Forsaken coming through. Only 65 armor here for Kislev. Warframe has been activated on him, bringing him down to 65 armor. Now, that is going to get removed there, so he's going to be fighting, but Forsaken in mass numbers will do a bit of a number on Kislev. You've got to be careful. He's a man that will get to his healing cap, but you have to play with that pretty sensibly. In the middle, we are going to be capturing here in the green. I'm not too sure who's going to be what as of yet, but only time will tell. But Armored Kossars here getting shot in the middle. The pistol's going to be firing as well. It might be a little bit better just to get in there and start engaging and start being a bit of a nuisance. In the back here, we are going to have Griffin Legion charging forward. The tanky boys are going to be trying to see if they can get in and amongst the pink horror. Shutting down the Exalteds might be the way forward. In the middle, Kossar is going to be firing here up to the backside of the Forsaken. 85 armor for them, so taking those down is going to be rather difficult. We do see a little bit of a capture here coming from the red side, which I would assume is going to be Tzeentch, as you're going to have the majority of the Tzeentchian forces on there. Just one little rotation here will do quite nicely. We do see a penumbral pendulum down the line of the Kossars doing some really, really nice work, but Domination Point 2 isn't going to be fought over, and one thing I have to say that I'm really liking from top tier players in the game right now is the fact that they're going to be using this as a little bit of a land battle and then kind of getting domination control on the map afterwards. So it's going to be a bit of a land battle in the middle here, trying to fight for control of the battlefield, trying to get one up on your opponent and then looking to take the battlefield. You can see here we did win with the Armored Kossars. They're actually going to be using By Our Blood, which actually is an amazing ability here on domination, and it's going to allow them to win up against the Forsaken, and now they're going to be capturing Domination Point 3, and I really like these guys. So the Dervishes are really good kind of peasant cavalry. They can get in the back and they're really cheap and cheerful. They can shut down Exalted Pinks and do some very, very good work indeed. But the Griffin Legion are going to die by just mass sheer numbers of fire here from the pink and blue horrors, and the front line is now going to get shut down by the Forsaken of Tzeentch. A really close game so far. Kislev do take the middle, so tickets now are going to be in the advantage of its current year. So Feewover is going to be charging in the back here up against the Kossars. Good stuff from him. Furies are also a great counter up against mass Kossars. We are going to get terrified here with Feewover, and he's going to be down to half health already. This is why I find that regrowth can be quite nice for him, especially if we go mass range. You can just keep healing himself, keep being that that distraction kind of effects that you have lots of gunfire on him, and the rest of the build kind of shreds it to pieces. We do see Screamers come to the battlefield, good anti-large armor piercing flyers, but they're going to be getting shot as well. They're going to be really dwindling down. You see 800 health. They're going to be kind of crumbling here. Negative 36 leadership, 380, 200, and they will be falling off the battlefield. And look at the bad boy. One of my favorite units in the game, the Snow Leopard, going to be charging forward. Only 10 armor for him. I think maybe there's going to be a little bit of armor sundering there. But yeah, a really good anti-large armor-piercing sniper with slows. They're so cheap at 650, and they could really take down all those expensive lords and heroes. In the backside here, we do see Dervishes getting a rear charge here from the Chaos Furies. Good stuff here, trying to clean up the backside. By Our Blood, really good for cheap units. Just basically gives them 30 seconds of unbreakable and allows them to fight to pretty much the best of their potential that they can. So they're going to be fighting here for a good 20 seconds now up against the Tzeentch Flyers, so they can try and take them down relatively quickly. Kossars on the point. Domination point 1 has been held here, but point 3 is open, and I believe we have more Vanguard troops here coming from Tzeentch, so they could dominate over the top here at point 2. Actually, if we get the Snow Leopard on, it does count as infantry, so it should capture rather quickly. Coming down from the hill is going to be the Hearthblades. They're going to get a big juicy charge bonus. Only 22 in total, but these boys are going to thump it right on top of these pink horrors. They're going to get in. They're going to support their Armored Kossar brothers in hand-to-hand combat as they take down these demons of magic and try and see here if they can whistle them from the battlefield. But we do see Feewover going to be fighting here in the front up against Armored Kossars. Could do with a bit of melee support here in the front, and this is where you can find mass range kind of having a bit of a disconnect here with a lot of infantry. So we do see Armored Kossars on the point. This is kind of where you want to capture the point, but then also, yeah, there we go. We are going to de-summon them. I think that's really smart. The Furies are going to come across. If you break them, they can't kind of, return, and then, they can't get that heal off, and they're going to get chased off the edge of the map, and then you can't start using these models. So 750 tickets here, going in the advantage of the XMT Legend, as he's going to be holding on to Domination Point 1, but the Exalted Pinks, they're going to be charging forward, and they're pretty good melee combatants. They have 39 melee defense up against 31 melee attack, and that'll be enough there to challenge up against the Armored Kossars. They don't really have the AP to back it up, but still, nonetheless, they'll do relatively well here. They've got the shields, full health, they should do pretty well here. We've got to see how that goes, though. We do have Forsaken coming across, maybe coming over here to deal with the Winged Lancers, which are definitely one of my favourite units of cavalry in the game. Very, very cost efficient, good charge bonuses, relatively decent on armour, and overall, I could think, there's most matchups you can bring this good cavalry contingent into. So Forsaken are going to be holding the line, and Tzeentch are very, very quick. Forsaken 42 speed, make that 46 actually, sorry. I forget they are faster than their Nurgle brothers, but they're going to charge forward here and try and see if they can compromise the backside. But here we go, Ice Guard swords, the legendary ladies of old. They're going to be fighting in the middle. And they're going to be fighting here for the Kislev forces. They're going to bring in the slows in the front and a relatively decent accuracy and good melee combatant stats with bonus versus infantry, which is really going to help you on the front line. When they do run out of ammunition, they can really fight in the frontier and duel up against Forsaken and some of the good mid to high tier infantry. Now Corsairs going to be fighting here up against Mass Forsaken. And it looks like we are going to use the armor sundering ability of Tzeentch here on the back of the Ice Guard sword, trying to turn down a couple of models where you can. Really good stuff there. That's a really cheap spell. It's going to armor sunder them down to 10, so they can't really engage their melee combat, but get shredded rather quickly. So Armor Corsairs with the Silver Chevron going to be coming over to the left-hand side of the battlefield. It's going to be 1,500 here, and this has been very expertly played. Coming from his current year. Going to get 1.5k. He didn't need to take multiple there. Just taking the one was good, because then you're not going to be getting too much of a ticket lead here up against your opponent. But Kislev now going to take the right side as we take the middle side here with Tzeentch. It's going to be a really close game here, I must say so. So in the middle here, you cannot allow Colstalton to start healing like this. His ability of the Urson's Ward is just absolutely incredible. We are going to get a Predumble Pendulum down the line. That's going to be catching the Ice Guard swords. And this is a bit of a problem up against mass magic of Tzeentch. Bringing really expensive units like the Ice Guard swords can really pay quite dearly. Now we are going to use the blue flame to try and see if we can snipe Corstalton. Actually going with the double dark with the double blue flame can be really powerful. So we do see some shots in the front. They were like some purple shots. That's going to be the Exalted Pinks. Are we going to be seeing any of the regiments of renown today, I wonder? Perhaps, maybe. Only time will tell. But we do see on the right-hand side, Forsaken fighting up against Karrios Fateweaver. And the Argonauts went down the forces in the middle, and they have claimed it. This is a bit scary here for Kislev. They're not known as the most mobile force in the game, but they are rather tanky. Corstalton is not looking too sharp. I'd like to get him in the front here and, kind of doing some good work. Kislev do take the second, so it's going to be 2,000 tickets up against 350. So we do see Furies in the pocket. They're going to be fighting here up against the Dervishes. But battlefield control is going into the way and the advantage here of Tzeentch. And we do see Blue Flames trying to snipe here up against Corstalton. He's looking incredibly low. Healing cap is now very truly present. And we do see Griffin Legion charging to the front. They can come in and compromise the Forsaken, preventing kind of them getting around the map. We do see the very nice ability of the blue and pink flame bombardment here in the middle. That's going to be catching the Ice Guard swords and a lot of the Corsairs out here. I think some of these are armor sundering, some of these are not. Armor piercing, and some of these are not. So there's a bit of an interesting mixture there in the middle. Fury's coming over the top, trying to compromise the armored Corsairs. And it looks like here we are going to be going for mass mobility. Quite like this. Screamer's charging forward as well, just compromising all the ranged tools. And this is where I think you need to bring a bit of infantry and some cavalry to the battlefield. You need to have another front line here. I don't think you can start coming in with too many more of the Corsairs. Now we do come forward here with the Screamers. We are going to get some more Corsairs in the back. They can shoot down here up against the Furies, and most of the DPS will come from your ranged units. But you do need to have some sort of tank on the battlefield. We do see Griffin Legion are kind of sustained in combat, which is not good for them. You want to see them good cycle charging. We do see good swing there and good kind of explosive damage there coming from Fateweaver. That area of effect damage is really good, and we are going to get a Terrify. So the Griffin Legion being terrified is actually quite strange, because I think they fight up against some of the biggest and baddest demons of Khorne, but still, nonetheless, they are going to get taken off here by Fateweaver. Furies charging over the top, some Furies here, very nice there, some of them from the Dervishes. Of course, they do have the Vanguard deployments, and they come and get a nice juicy rear charge up against the Furies of Tzeentch. Maybe a nice bait there, maybe quite like that there. I'm not sure if that was the intention of its current year, but still looking rather interesting. So what's going to be really smart here, we are only going to take 2 tickets. Of course, if we take all 3 here, and he definitely has control to take the third one if and when he chooses to. There we go. We do see the bad boys in the back. So we are going to see the Blazing Squealers. And this is probably a perfect time to bring them in. They are now going to have control on the battlefield with Tzeentch. And these bad boys do bring Warp Flame as their missile strength. So they are going to be reducing armor and causing a fire weakness. So all of the units of the Exalted Pinks, Blues, they are going to have extra fire damage here up against their foes. They do bring the Arcane Mirth. They also bring the Conduit of Infinity. affinity, which can only be used once, but of course, if you do resummon these, they do get that ability back, which certainly makes them a nice unit on the battlefield. So we do control the top. Wouldn't mind seeing the Forsaken get a bit of a squeeze here. Of course, if you get a Vanguard deployment over on Domination Point 1, it's only going to be the cheap Dervishes, so you can bring some other units. But we do see someone in the back here. The Cossars are now going to be firing in. It's looking like it's going to be a bit of a pinch here in the middle, but all you've got to do is make sure you don't lose in the middle of the Tzeentch, but we do have to pay a little bit of respect here for Domination Point 3. We really cannot afford to be losing this point, and we are going to be charging in here with some of the Dervishes. I wouldn't mind seeing some of them coming around the corner here, maybe just protecting Domination Point 3. As it stands, if we hold Domination Point 3, we will win here as Kislev. And we do Terrify, I think, in the middle. Is it going to be Terrified? Yes, that is going to be Terrified from Colstalton. He's down to a 580, looking rather low. -5 leadership. He's not very happy. Is Fate Weaver going to be able to do the number here, or are we going to summon some Dervishes to save the Lord choice? Definitely want to desummon him. You don't want him to die on the battlefield. We will get a penalty for that. We do see Winged Lancers in the backside. What are we going to be doing here? So it looks like Fate Weaver is going to go on an expedition, chasing after Colstalton. The middle force here is going to be losing for Kislev. I don't know if we paid enough respect here to Domination Point 3. 3,500 tickets coming forward for its current year. We do actually have some Blue Horrors en route, so maybe we could get onto their Vanguard deployment. No, they don't. I don't know. I thought they had Vanguard. Maybe they changed that. Not too sure. But we do see here that Screamers in the sky just going to be kind of hanging around, acting all cool, and maybe getting in the back here up against the Cossars. We do see Blazing Squillies. Now they're going to be getting shock here from the Cossars. Wouldn't mind seeing those firing into the front. We don't actually see the Forsaken charging forward. Got to be careful though. We're starting to get into the spawn where we can't actually, get enough units here to, get forward and, certainly compromise these Tzeentch forces, because they're going to have to, redeploy from their back spawn. So you can definitely supply in the front here for Kislev a lot quicker. And one of the negatives that I am going to, kind of jump onto now is the fact that you can definitely see here Tzeentch is dominating. And I definitely want all of you guys' opinions on this, but Tzeentch is going to be dominating the map here. They're also going to be getting ticket advantages, so they've got more units on the battlefield. They're going to be getting more tickets as well, so they're going to be getting more units coming forward, so they can definitely supply more here in the Kislev. Even though Kislev have destroyed this match so far on the ticket basis, it's now going to be all in the advantage of Tzeentch, and it wouldn't surprise me here if we go into win with Tzeentch, because it's going to be really difficult because we have less units coming out, we can trade more efficiently, and now we have full control of the battlefield. This is where ODM Zone can really come back into the game and start, really showing some dominance. We see in the middle, we don't actually have the Forsaken Pink Horrors fighting alongside these spawns. They're going to be armor sundering and just shredding through these cheap armored Cossars. Over the left-hand side, we are going to see some infantry units trying to get on Domination Point 2, and this is really smart. If we could just take this point, and this is where I certainly think that the ODM player has fallen short. He is going to be capturing Domination Point 3, but here's the thing, we're going to be trading it there for Domination Point 2. I don't think we played the Domination game well enough. We are going to take Point 2. How long are we going to hold that for is the question. We're going to be firing into the middle here up against the Forsaken. I think it's pretty decent. Maybe we can actually take down the Furies. We do have more Furies en route, and then also more Forsaken come to the backside. So now we've rotated quite a lot of forces to Domination Point 2. Wouldn't mind now seeing a bit of a cheeky rotation here to Domination Point 3. Maybe getting some of the Vanguard cavalry forward. One slamming into the front of the Blue Horrors, the other one capturing the point. Could be relatively interesting here. Definitely want to spread across the Tzeentch forces. This is a bit of a mistake. You can see all of the units rotating to Domination Point 2. We are going to be holding it here with Kislev, and we are still going to be getting tickets. So at the moment, as it stands, if we do keep a domination point, we will be winning here with Kislev, but it's a seriously close game. We do see the Cossars as well, with By Our Blood really going to be holding that, and that is, certainly a very, very good ability here from Kislev. Now, we are going to move over with the Magical Duck, but what do we have forward here? We do see some Zargon at the back are going to get summoned, and that's exactly what we're going to get. Vanguard here. No Vanguard from the Snow Leopard, but it does get out and round. And now we're going to see the Dervishes. And if we can charge in here up against the Blue Horrors, which it looks to be the way, we should be able to push it. That's some lovely damage. And now get in the back here with the Snow Leopard. Get the Snow Leopard on the point. Start capturing here. Now start getting some cavalry moving forward here. Get some more Dervishes to charge forward and create a bit of a blockade here. But now we're going to be getting tickets for Tzeentch. The biggest problem here now is we kind of needed to maintain this. I don't know if we're going to capture this quickly enough. We do actually see Screamers coming across. Now, they could deal with the Dervishes, but we need more forces. We're going to be looking to a point here with Kislev where we're going to need to start capturing 2 domination points. This is an incredibly well-played game by 2 fantastic players. We do see the anti-large flyers of the Screamers getting into the backside of the Dervishes, and they'll really finish off these forces. I don't think it's going to be enough time here. We do see the Snow Leopard very sneakily getting behind this protection here, and that is really, really smart. It's going to be very difficult for the flies to get in and around, and we're not going to be able to shoot the snow leopard. And that one snow leopard, and it's a really nice little trick and play there for some people to learn. We are going to get in a fight here against the snow leopard. We are going to be capturing because it's only flying forces, but I don't think we're going to get it here before the Forsaken get on the point, because they'll have more capture weight here than the snow leopard. So there we go. It's now going to be relatively even. We do also have the spawn coming across 2 units on domination point 2. And it looks like the Blazing Squealers on domination point 1. We do actually have a Snow Leopard and Zargard with the Kossars coming forward. I just don't know if there's going to be enough time left here in the battle. Tickets do come ahead, and there we go. It is a pullout from its current year. GG's and well played to ODM Zone for a fantastic comeback. Now, one thing I would say is something that I've been thinking for a little while, where I think actually the combat mechanic it is very, very good for friendly games. I just don't think it's particularly good for competitive games. I think here, without doubt, its current year certainly blew that game out of the water. And once we started getting that combat mechanic with Tzeentch, I think actually in the middle stage, it was probably worth it for Kislev to kind of give up control a little bit of the map. It kind of forces some really, really weird gameplays that actually... Tzeentch very much lost that game, but was able to get back into it because of the combat mechanic. But still, very, very good players. I think if we take away that combat mechanic, you definitely see some very, very different games. I'm very interested in all of your opinions, so do feel free to leave a comment down below. But still, nonetheless, I don't want that to take away from just how excellent this game was. A really, really good game from two very, very good players. And if you don't already know its current year, do go check him out here on YouTube. He does post up some great commentary here. Pretty much doing most of the stuff that myself and Ducky and Turin, all those guys do. So do go check him out. He's a really, really awesome dude. So we do actually have Kislev coming in at 604. A little bit disappointing there for him. I do generally prefer in this specific matchup. I do kind of like Boris, but at the same time, I'm a bit of a simp for Boris, so that is what it is. 450, 1,500 for the Griffin Legion. Two very, very good units, but I think they're also incredibly expensive. I do like Griffin Legion. They did get some buffs, but I just generally think that if you go... just mass cheap dervishes. I prefer it up against Tzeentch, but I think these guys are excellent players. They probably know more than I do. 700 from the Hearthblades, with 800 from the Zargard, with 1,800, 800 from the Armored Kossars, with 720, 850 from the Kossars. In the backside, we did have a Frost Maiden Ice. We didn't use her in the end, so no magic coming forward, but 730. And 0 there for the Ice Guard Swords. 770 for the Winged Lancers. I'm a big fan of these bad boys. You can see 770 there for 1 summon, which is pretty much going to out-trade the Griffin Legion, and they're going to be cheaper. I think they really offer what you need. They're tanky enough that they can deal with most of the blue and pink flames, but you can also go much wider with them. Bringing more dervishes as well, which do have Vanguard deployment, it certainly gives you more options. I think Vanguard is incredibly important in this current game mode. I think that's something that's very much overlooked for sure. Now, we do see 744 for the Kossars, 1,280 and 660, with 160 and then 0 there for the Snow Leopard. Really do like Snow Leopards. I think they're really, really sneaky units. Very good anti-large snipers, especially if you get Fate Weaver on the floor. You can certainly get one in there, slow him down, and snipe him rather quickly. 830, 520 there for the Kossars, with 907 for the Dervishes. But really well played. Kenilworth Fate Weaver is glass cannon for sure, but he definitely packs a punch. So 4,500 damage value here from the ODM Legend, with 2,070 with 1,750 there from the Exalted Pink Horrors. And that there, ladies and gentlemen, considering how glass cannon those 3 units are, is incredible control on the battlefield. Something that you really cannot underestimate. 580, 780 there from the Pink Horrors, with 650 for the Spawn of Tzeentch, 1,800, 750 there for the Forsaken, with 760 for the Blue Horrors. Now for the Blazing Squealers, we only got 97, but they came in a little bit late game. 1.3, 560 there for the Spawn of Tzeentch, with 1,480, 700 for the Forsaken, and 900. 830 for the double summon of the Screamers. Not a big fan of those. Definitely prefer Furies in this matchup. I think they do the same job, but just better. And then we're going to be having 0 for the Pink Horrors. 1,350, 222 kills. Very good stuff there from the Furies. 570 and 413. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please smash that like button. And feel free to leave a comment down below and subscribe if you haven't already. We just hit 1.6k. So thank you so much for all of the amazing support. It really does mean the world to me here on the channel and all of its growth. So thank you so much for that. Take care of yourselves, guys, but I'll be seeing you all very, very soon.